Aloha, everybody. This is Cathy Bilsky, the Quantum Leap, Let Light Unite. And today I wanted to do some energy work negating the manifestations of the Committee of 300. So while I'm speaking, go get your crystals out, and crystals are going to amplify our work. I've got my 30-pound crystal right here. So, what is a Committee of 300, you ask? Well, it's a pretty secret group that people don't talk about because they're secret. So, who really runs the world? The Council of 300 does. The Council of 300 is composed of royalty, lords, kings, queens, princesses, old world families, and men like Henry Kissinger, who's not around anymore, maybe. Old families like the Rockefeller, Rothschild, Queen Elizabeth II, DuPont, John Forbes, Russell family, and Ted Turner, to name a few. These appointments are handed down to family members, so it's a very close club, and I'm not part of it. This is basically how it works. These people, the Council of 300, tell all the other groups what the agenda is, passing that info down to the Royal Institute of International Affairs, who passes that info to their public relations propaganda institutes like the Tavistock Institute. This Tavistock works out years in advance how to manipulate the mass general public. By the time we realize the manipulation, it's over and done, leaving us with their new agenda. The Tavistock Institute then passes that info to the Club of Rome, who then passes that info on to the World Economic Forum, who passes those instructions down to their members. This covers almost all corporation banks, militaries, and many groups that come under the Committee of 300 influence, like the YMCA, the Red Cross, the NAACP, the Triads, American Civil Liberties Union, United Nations, the WHO, and NATO, to name a few. Almost all major institutions come under the Committee of 300 influence. All of them. An octopus with many arms reaching everywhere except for small businesses. This energy work is directed at all of the above, and Spirit will fill in their names. I also ask that anyone who reads or listens to this energy work will amplify over 100,000 fold, and those people are put in bubbles of invisibility of protection. I humbly give thanks for this opportunity to serve. All right, let's do it. So we're going to create a bubble of light. And in this bubble of light, we're going to put all this information so you can send energy into it with your hands. And in your mind's eye, I want you to imagine this happening. In the name of the presence of God, which I am, through the magnetic power, the sacred fire vested in me. And if it is your will, O Creator, I command. I call to the Creator of all, asking for permission to tie and bind the Committee of 300's energy on the planet, along with all the other offshoots that are part of including the Illuminati, the royalty, lords, kings, queens, princesses, old world families, men like the old Henry Kissinger, old families like the Rockefeller, Rothschild, Queen Elizabeth II, who probably passed it down to King Charles, DuPont, John Forbes, Russell family, and Ted Turner, to name a few. Nazi, Bilderbergers, Tavistock Institute, Council of Foreign Relations, Trilateral Commission, the Vatican, Church of Rome, Jesuits, Club of Rome, the WEF, anything and all other businesses, including all corporations, banks, militaries, under the Council of 300 influence, and all secret societies, putting them in positions of harmlessness. Spirit knows who all these beings are, and adding them in. I call to Michael the Archangel to take your sword of blue flame and cut all ties the Committee of 300 have to anything or anyone on this planet. We start cutting ties to their energy from when they first began over 100 years ago. We cut all the ties they have to each other, including all and pushing the NWO, New World Order, forward, the Real Society, Thule, the Order of New Templars, Jesuit Order, and the Templar Order. We now violet flame that energy, sending violet flame through all the ties and binds that connect them to each other, searing them from each other, and all black magic they create as a group from now through eternity. We put in a bubble of light all the names of the Committee of 300, along with all the groups under its influence, including any other secret name they may have. I ask Spirit to insert now. As we blaze the bubble of names with the violet flame, it will transmute all energy to nothing. As this is happening, we cut all ties to all names have to pirate energy, and the might is right, rape, pillage, plunder of everything on the planet. As this is transmuted by the violet flame, it now has no energy to feed on. We also cut all ties to all their rules and oaths that bind them together, including their rule book, Liar's Hell, which is a revealing process. All thoughts of a new world order, live by the rules, die by the rules. Oath of non-disclosure, oath of a skull above any other. Wars, peace, reverse language, having pretend conflicts with each other, also known as conflict management, as well as all their selfishness and greedily wanting of material possessions and power, including the statement of the dawn of a new day. We now cancel clear all this energy 24/7, 365 days a year from now through eternity. We are now cutting all ties to all legacies, soulmates, knights and patriarchs, as well as breaking all oaths, vows, initiation, curses that have bound them through the initiation of fire and tattoos. We cut all ties they have to each other through all initiations taken individually or group, as well as through their branding marks and all secret codes of language. We cut all ties to their satanic worship, whether by the names of Lucifer, Satan, Set, the god Wotan, and the sun god Ra, or whatever names they have, may Spirit insert them now. As we cut all this dark energy from the planet, we violet flame that space to transmute all dark energy back to light, going backwards and forwards in time from now through eternity. We cut all material possessions from them, sending that energy back to the Creator to clean it up, then sent out to all light workers and activists working toward healing and saving the planet. Let all their wealth now be reversed and sent back to those they have stolen from now. We cut ties they have to all time, starting from their watches that they are given during initiation to the manipulation of time through time-space programs. We cut their watches free from them, violet flame the watches to transmute all energy and reconnect all the watches to the Creator. As this is done, we now command the watches to run 10 minutes slower than correct time or break down. May the energy of being 5 minutes ahead of all others be transmuted and neutralized. We see all their past, present, and future programs breaking down and being replaced with programs that are good for humanity and the earth now. We cut ties to all their misuse of sacred symbols, including the Nazi swastika. As we cut this and all symbols free, we now reverse all of them to their proper direction. And in the case of the Nazi swastika, when anyone looks at it, may it automatically reverse so it now only brings peace and prosperity back to the planet. We also cut ties to the symbol of the skull and crossbones everywhere on the planet, violet flaming that energy to light, now reconnecting it to the Creator so it now becomes meaningless, having no power. We cut ties to all their stolen artifacts being held by any secret society, including Geronimo's skull filled with turquoise, horse-bitten straps, the skull of Pancho Villa, Adolf Hitler's silverware, and the skeleton known as Madame Pompadour, the skull of General Toreros, and any other artifact that has come into their possessions, including the Spear of Christ. We call the violet flame to transmute all dark energy done to and with these artifacts to tie and bind any race or culture so they may have dominance over them. As these souls are set free, we now reconnect all of the artifacts to the Creator, command they become neutral. We now see all these bonded souls being set free. We see all the artifacts being returned to their rightful owner and the Spear of Christ destroyed. We call on the Goddess of Truth and Justice to bring all the Committee of 300 secrets to the surface so the whole world may see, giving the world the wisdom, on how to correct the damage done to the earth and all life forms. We call to Michael the Archangel to cut all ties that all Committee of 300 and all that they influence have between them that creates a beehive reptilian consciousness that has a need for genocidal warfare on the planet. We cut all ties you have to all bloodlust and sucking the energy life force from all humans. We again send the violet flame through all this energy to transmute it back to light, and now send it back to the Creator to transmute and return to us a loving, kind, peaceful, caring, nurturing golden age of divine enlightenment energy. We call the higher selves of all the Council of 300 members, ask that they now stop doing satanic work, stop trying to play God, stop trying to manipulate the planet through all your self-serving programs like your educational policies, manipulating the press, the mass media, and drug smuggling, to now step into the light of the Creator and do works of good. And if they choose not to, which is their free will, we ask their higher selves and guardian angels to put them in a position of harmlessness, allowing a light worker to take their place, bringing us into the divine golden age of enlightenment. We call to the Creator and ask that the higher selves of all Council of 300 members open up their hearts and of human hybrids that have more human DNA than reptilians, so they now have more feelings, compassion, along with the courage to stand up for what is right and think for themselves. Having courage to speak and tell all, we see all the truth about the Committee of 300, as well as all secret societies coming to the surface. We see all the power of the Committee of 300 becoming neutralized, which allows people to have a spiritual reawakening all over the planet. As all life forms reconnect again to the Creator, they are given their divine missions and divine purposes, becoming an entrepreneurial, creative society again. All cultures, races, and religions being accepted and harmonious with each other, allowing the best of spirituality to manifest on the planet. It is here, it is done, but nevertheless, not our will, but thy will be done. And again, I'm going to ask that anyone that watches this or listens to this video later, the energy is amplified over 100,000 fold. All right, guys, so now we got to ground. And if you have the stone called hematite, go grab it, hold it till you're not lightheaded anymore. Very simple. And if you don't have it, then I want you to stand up. All right, I want you to feel the earth coming up your feet, your ankles, your calves. And as that's happening, you're pulling back into body, you're grounding, you're becoming a little bit heavier. The lightheadedness is going away. You're very secure, you're very balanced. Feel that energy come up even higher, and you're getting a little bit more heavier. Lightheadedness is clearing up. You become very, very, back in body and filled with all these new possibilities. Feel that energy come up even higher. Feel yourself having this incredible divine balance in your body as you become a little bit heavier. The lightheadedness is gone. And again, you're filled with all these new ideas and possibilities. All right, so if you're still lightheaded after that, then go out and hug a tree. Well, you don't have to hug a tree. Just put your hands on the tree for 30 seconds and more if you want. Send all your excess energy into the tree. And when you're done, ask the tree to send you back energy and you'll ground. So again, guys, thanks for tuning in and giving this energy. And I hope you have an incredible day and Spirit sends you some of your heart's desires. On that note, we'll say aloha.